Hey Virgo, we're here for your weekly tarot love reading October 6th through to October 12th. This is for Virgo Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, and of course for any of you lovely cross-watchers dealing with a Virgo romantically. Now I do like to remind you, Virgo, these are general readings. They may or may not resonate, and that's totally okay. You're always welcome on my channel to take what works and leave the rest. So we're jumping right into it today, my lovely Virgo, and we're gonna see what could be coming toward you in love. First message coming out today for Virgo, I wish I had treated you better. Somebody is having regret. Somebody does not like the things that they said or the things that they did, and now they're kicking themselves in the butt, wishing that they had done things differently. So this person knows that they didn't treat you well. This is somebody who knows that they messed up, and this is somebody who is now wishing that they had done things differently and approached you and the connection in a different way, in a better way. So let's see where this goes. Tell me more. The timing just wasn't right for us. I don't know, you guys. There's something about this that isn't sitting right with me. What I'm getting is an excuse. Okay? So here's what I think. And I don't love it, but we're gonna keep going and see how it plays out. I feel like this is somebody who's making excuses for bad behavior. That's the vibe I'm getting with these two cards. So they didn't treat you well, and I feel like they could be justifying it, and they might be explaining it to themselves and being like, well, there were other factors going on, like the timing wasn't right, or there were other things happening. So, it wasn't the right time, So I pushed Virgo away. I didn't treat Virgo well. I didn't act in a good way. Like, I'm getting very, very big energy of excuses. That's what's coming through intuitively, like trying to explain away bad behavior. Okay, let's see what else could be coming toward Virgo this week, please. We both know I am not the one for you. Okay, interesting. This is a bit of a mess here, Virgo. You might be in a very complicated dynamic here. I mean, it's not surprising to me that your person feels this way, okay? The reason is because they acknowledge with the first card that they didn't treat you well. So it makes sense if they're like, I know I'm not the one for you because I treated you badly. And I think on your, on your perspective, you're like, yeah, they're probably not the one for me because they treated me badly. But yet I also feel like your person is still connected to you. I think they're still thinking about you, but they're also making excuses for why things didn't work out. So like, I'm not totally clear on what the dynamic is here between the two of you. What it kind of intuitively feels like to me is that you're not together, possibly you're separated. I don't know why. It feels like it's not over, but I also feel like there's a lot of complexity here, and I'm getting immature energy, right? So there could be a lot of immaturity potentially going on for your person. And I think that has probably led to a lot of challenges between the two of you. Here's what we're gonna do, okay? We're gonna look at them and we're gonna look at you, and let's just kind of see how this shakes out, Virgo. So we're gonna look at their overall energy this week, what they might be feeling, what they might be doing. We'll look at the same thing for you, and then we'll look at the potential outcome, because like I said, I'm not totally clear on where the two of you stand. So let's see if this can give us some clarity. Tell me about this person who Virgo is involved with. That's interesting. 10 of Pentacles. This is a card that tends to be really positive in a love reading. It's about setting down roots and building a life together. So it's like, on the one hand, I definitely think this person sees potential with you, like significant potential. Okay, tell me more about their energy this week. The Knight of Pentacles, okay? So lots of Pentacles energy so far. You're an Earth sign. You could be dealing with a fellow Earth sign, a Virgo, Taurus, or a Capricorn. It's like they wanted a future with you, but they were moving too slowly to really prove that to you. That's the message I'm getting. And the other message I'm getting is that they didn't do a good job of making it clear to you that they wanted a future with you. So in the back of their mind, maybe they were thinking, oh yeah, Virgo and I are gonna be together, we're gonna get married. But then because they were not treating you well or acting good within your relationship, you might not even have known that they wanted that. You know what I mean? So this could be like in their mind, they were thinking of a future with you, but they were not demonstrating that to you through their words and through their actions. I'm getting a disconnect here. Tell me more about this person's energy. Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles is about a fresh start, a brand new beginning. I do think this could indicate that this person could be approaching you this week, basically saying, I want to start over. Give me another chance, Virgo. Let me prove my loyalty and devotion to you. So I think that could happen. I'm just a little unsettled with the overall energy, if I'm being honest, you guys. Like, if you're watching this and I seem a little bit hesitant, there's just something that's sitting a little bit weird. And I think it's because of the oracle messages. I pull those messages to frame the reading, right? They give the energy and the context for the rest of the reading. And there's just some really problematic stuff that we saw in there, like them not treating you well, them maybe not taking accountability, deflecting responsibility, knowing that they're not the best for you. But like, I think I'm a little annoyed because on the one hand, it's like, okay, so if they know that they weren't treating you well, why don't they just stay away? You know, like if they feel like they didn't treat you well and that they're not the one for you, why are they continuing to pursue you? Like there's something that just sits a little bit weird. Let's see what they could be feeling. This is crazy, you guys. Holy shit, look at that. Queen of Pentacles. I mean, generally, these are really nice cards. So I've got to say here, like maybe your person is trying to be more stable and get their shit together, because all of this Pentacles energy, in a different reading, it's really good. But again, we can't ignore the context. We can't ignore what went down between the two of you. So what I might say here is that they're working on themselves. Maybe they're trying to be better for you. They're trying to become more stable and consistent. They're trying to get into a place where they can actually nurture the connection in a healthy way. Maybe they're trying to grow up. Tell me more. The Knight of Wands, okay? Fire energy, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. They're obviously still very attracted to you. They obviously still feel very passionately about you, Virgo. Okay. Tell me more, please. King of Wands, okay? All right. More fire, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius again. I mean, I gotta say, like, these cards are suggesting your person has done a lot of growing up. So, you know, that's something to consider, because if the overall energy was not so problematic, all of these cards that I'm pulling for your person, I would usually be like really excited about these energies. But again, we can't ignore the oracle messages. So it is possible that maybe there's a big turnaround happening. That could be suggested by these cards. Maybe this person didn't treat you well. They were not good to you. They did not do good things for your relationship in the past. They deflected responsibility. They blamed you for shit. They knew that they were not good for you. It's possible here that they're showing up with a very different energy to that this week, okay? Could be a turnaround. Interesting. Let's see what actions they could be taking. This energy is wild. 10 of Cups. They want to prove to you that they can give you happily ever after. Wow. Maybe you've inspired them to be a better person. I don't know, Virgo. What else? The Fool. They want a brand new beginning. This is like some insane shit going on here. This is not what I was expecting, if I'm being honest, when I pulled their energy. This is not at all what I thought. Fool, fresh start, new beginning. We already had the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, I mean, maybe they've done a lot of growing up and they've now become clear about what they want, especially with that 10 of Pentacles and 10 of Cups. Maybe they've had this huge like epiphany that's like smacked them up the side of the head and they're like, I gotta wake up and start being serious about my connection with Virgo. So it's like maybe what's coming to mind is that they were a huge shithead before, immature, didn't treat you well, but the cards are suggesting a big turnaround in their energy. What other actions could they be taking? Queen of Swords. All of their cards are lovely. I cannot deny that, Virgo. Air energy, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius with this Queen of Swords. Communicating maturely, talking to you, having conversations about what happened, explaining themselves, wanting to talk. I don't know what else to say. Like, these are all really nice cards. If you're familiar with the tarot, you're probably like, yeah, these are like good cards to show up in their energy. So the only thing that I'm pointing out here is the contrast, right, Virgo? So that's the thing. It's like, I really think they messed up. I gotta be honest. I think they really like fucked shit up between the two of you. Excuse my language, but like, I really feel they messed up. I don't feel like this was even like a little mess up. I think they really messed up. But the cards are suggesting that they've really been working on it. And maybe they were like, oh yeah, I'm not good for Virgo, but then they started to really work on themselves and now they feel like maybe they can show up and be a really good partner for you. Interesting. You have to let me know how this plays out, you guys. Tell me about Virgo. Let's look at your energy this week. Okay, King of Swords. I mean, we literally just pulled the Queen of Swords for your person. Now we've got the King of Swords. Huge conversations, mature conversations. I definitely see you guys talking this week. And the thing is, Virgo, it looks like these are going to be some mature conversations. Tell me more, please. Six of Wands. Okay. This is a card of victory and success, moving in a good direction, feeling like the conversations that the two of you are having are productive. Tell me more. Three of Cups. Okay. I mean, you could be getting advice from friends and family. But I think you're definitely, you seem open to this. Okay. What could you be feeling? That's interesting. Okay. That's interesting, you guys. So the first card showing up in your feelings is the Magician. So I always say there's kind of two big ways I look at this card. I mean, the first card could be that you want to create a future with this person and you're open to that. But the second thing that I always kind of highlight with the Magician is that a magician is a person who does tricks. That's the nature of what they do. They present illusions. They show you one thing when there's really something else going on. So there could be part of you that's like, I do want to believe that they've grown up and now they can be the person that I need. I don't think they were before at all, but maybe now they are. But there is a part of you with that Magician that might be wondering, you know, is it all an illusion? Can I trust it? Tell me more. Knight of Swords, okay? I mean, the Knight of Swords indicates that you're wanting to like jump back in. Interesting. Tell me more. Page of Cups. Okay. Water energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. I think you still love them, Virgo. I mean, the feelings look like they're still there. And this reading, like, sometimes I do readings that throw me off. This is definitely one of them because I have to say, like, the energy I'm getting for you and your person, it's not what I expected when we pulled the oracle messages. And that's why I'm like, the only thing I can really say here is this might actually be a massive turnaround. This might be one of those situations where somebody like messed up so badly and maybe you thought it was over, but then they work on it, they get their shit together, they come back around and you're like, yeah, I'm open to this because I still love you, right? Let's see what actions you could be taking this week. The World. I think you're willing to kind of wrap up that negative cycle between the two of you and have a fresh start. Tell me more about what actions you could be taking. Interesting. Seven of Swords. The Thief of the Tarot. This is interesting. It's interesting, you guys. It's actually kind of funny. A lot of the times I find when I get the Magician, the Seven of Swords follows not that far after. So the Seven of Swords, we've talked about it. It's not a good card to show up in a love reading. It's actually a very problematic energy in a lot of cases. Let's talk about it. It can be somebody hiding something, not being open about their feelings. It can be, you know, self-sabotaging, right? So yeah, I mean, I don't know, there could be some self-sabotaging stuff that came into play between the two of you. To look at the card positively, it can also just be a very strategic energy. So the Seven of Swords can also just indicate being quite strategic about how you move things forward if you decide to give them a chance. But I will say it does stand out to me that you have the Magician and the Seven of Swords. It indicates that there's maybe a little bit of you that is nervous. It's like you want to jump back in and give them a chance, but you're a little bit nervous if you can trust it. Which makes sense, right? Because if they didn't treat you well, they pushed you away. And like, I almost wonder, Virgo, and you can let me know if this is true for you. I wonder if they like broke up with you and these are the excuses they gave at the time, right? Like, well, the timing's not right for us. And we both know I'm not the best for you, Virgo. And now they're coming around and they're like, actually, now that I've thought about it, I think the timing is right. And I do think I'm the best for you. You know what I mean? So it's an interesting turnaround. It could be a huge shift, right? What other actions could Virgo be taking? Interesting. The Death card. I mean, that's a big energy of closure. This is not about a literal death. It's about like an ending of a cycle, wrapping something up. It's a very transformative energy. It's about a brand new beginning. It is fascinating to have the World and the Death card together in your actions with the Seven of Swords. I mean, this could indicate wrapping up this negative cycle between the two of you. Like, this could be positive. It could indicate that the two of you are going to really sit down and work through all the problematic stuff in your connection, get some closure about that, and turn over a new leaf, have a fresh beginning. Let's see what the potential outcome is, because I am very curious here, Virgo. What is the potential outcome in this situation, please? Queen of Wands. That's nice. That's a good card to get in the outcome. Well, here we go. I mean, I'm shocked, you guys. I'm surprised, but Queen of Wands, more fire energy, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. It's indicating maturity. Don't worry about the gender, but the Queen is a mature energy. And with the Queen of Wands, it's somebody who's confident, self-assured, knows what they want. And so I could see this connection moving into a good, confident, passionate place. That's kind of what this is suggesting here, right? So this is kind of a wild 180 that we're seeing potentially between you and this person. Like, this week, Virgo, might bring a huge dramatic shift that you did not see coming in this connection, but it kind of looks like both of you are on board with making this work. Like, there's obviously still enough here to hold on to. There's obviously still enough love that makes you open to this. Because, like, for me, I'm like, okay, if they didn't treat you well and they made excuses, like, that doesn't feel good. But it feels like you're willing to move past that if they're showing up and proving to you that they want to be with you. And we did see that, right? Like, with the Ten of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups, those are the energies of like building a life together, establishing a life together, and having happily ever after. So I guess if they're coming towards you this week in a way where they're actively demonstrating to you, Virgo, that they want a future with you, I think you're very open to it. And the outcome is suggesting positive progress and positive momentum in this connection. This could be one of those wild turnaround situations where you literally never thought you would be with this person again, and you would maybe even never see them again. But then something dramatic shifts and you guys find your way back to each other. And to be clear, if this resonates, if this happens, what it feels like to me is that it's going to be a completely different version of the relationship, right? Because your person's energy looks like it's showing up really confident, mature, and focused on you. So like this, it's probably like a whole new version of the relationship. It's like stepping into a version of the relationship that you've probably not experienced with this person before in the past. But if they're showing up and proving themselves, like, this could fare well for you. Very, very interesting. This is a wild reading, you guys. Feel free to leave me a comment. Let me know if this connects, if it resonates. If it does, do me a solid. Give me a big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button and notification bell. And of course, you know I wish you love and happiness always. And we'll be talking again very soon. Bye, guys.